guys, this is a video that I wasn't too sure whether I was going to film or not. I had laser surgery done on my eyes yesterday, hence why I look like this. I am completely aware of what I look like. I'm completely aware that I look like a dog. I wasn't going to take any sort of risks putting any makeup anywhere near my face. My face actually doesn't have anything on it and hasn't had anything on it for 2 days. So I had the surgery done yesterday about 3 p.m. and now it's kind of like midnight the next day. So it's been like almost like 36 hours since my surgery. So obviously I'm feeling fine because I'm filming. I was actually going to film this video earlier on today. So theoretically I was like ready to film this morning, which was crazy because it was like 18 hours after my surgery. I was like ready to make a video, but I decided to make this video because Harry told me to make it. The reason I was a bit hesitant to make it was because, and I'm going to be totally honest about this, like I'm not going to lie about anything, I did not pay for my surgery. And the reason I didn't pay for my surgery is nothing to do with YouTube. Like I cannot stress that enough. Like YouTube has nothing to do with why I didn't pay for my surgery. What happened in the UK was every single optician, training optician and dispensing optician in the whole of the UK was offered free laser treatment by a particular company, and it was on for a limited time only. Realistically, I got the letter from them in September, and the surgery, or the free surgery, was only available until just like the end of this year. I had 3 months to decide whether I wanted to do it and get it done or not. And obviously, like when I got the letter, I was a bit like, oh, this just seems a load of rubbish. So I just put the letter to one side and didn't think anything of it. And then like the whole of September went past and I had friends that were starting to get the treatment done. And I was thinking, there's got to be some sort of catch to this. Like, why are they doing free laser treatment for like all opticians and anyone in the optical world? And the truth was they just wanted us to advertise for them. Obviously, they're not paying us to advertise or anything like that. I wasn't even going to make this video. I was just thinking of getting it done because, you know, it was a £4,500 procedure, which is really weird because I was never really one of these people that thought about getting it done. Never bothered about wearing my glasses. I actually really like wearing my glasses. But my dad was like, look, go for the consultation, just see what they say. And if they say you're suitable, find out what the catch is. If they say you're suitable, then at least think about it. So I took my dad with me to the consultation, and I only went like 3 weeks ago. Went to this consultation and they were saying how it's the most up-to-date procedure that they do. It's the newest technology that they do. It's like guaranteed 20/20 vision, provided that you've got 20/20 vision with your already existing prescription. It was basically for people that were paying for the procedure, it was 20/20 vision or your money back guarantee. So I was like, okay, well, they're obviously quite sure about this and they're not going to do this procedure on loads of opticians that could potentially ruin their reputation if it goes wrong. So on the phone I said to the lady, like when I phoned up to book my consultation, I was like, why are you doing this for free? Like, what is the catch? And she said the only catch is that you write us a little testimonial afterwards to say about your treatment. And I was like, oh, that's it, like that's fine. And I was still a bit like, oh, I'm probably not getting it done. Let me just see if I'm suitable, just for later on in life if I want to get it done. And my dad's like, look, you've never once complained about wearing glasses or lenses, but you're never going to get this opportunity to get your eyes lasered and you're saving yourself £4,500. So I was like, okay, let's go. And then by the end of the consultation, she'd like convinced me that it was like the best idea and I should go for it, and why was I being so stupid hesitating about it. And my dad was sat there going, you should do it. Why wouldn't you do it? Why would you not do this? My dad obviously asked, like, we asked 100 questions about like the risks and stuff like that. So in terms of like the procedure, which I really, okay, you guys don't want to hear this crap that I'm babbling on about, but in terms of the actual procedure, I went for my consultation. They did obviously my prescription. They took some measurements like on some machines to like map my cornea. Obviously they did a sight test for me. They had a look at the front surface of my eyes to make sure it was suitable. They measured the thickness of my cornea to make sure that there was enough so that my cornea wouldn't be too thin after the procedure, and then they basically said I was suitable once I'd done all of that. So went home, thought about it, and then I booked my procedure for, originally I booked it for December, so I had enough time to like get out of it. And then my boss like changed some of my holiday around at work and she gave me some time off now, so I was like, okay, let's just get it done now. So I moved it forward like a month because I was like, you know what, I want to be fully recovered by the time it gets to Christmas so that I'm fine. And then so again, I'm rambling, you guys want to get to the good stuff. So I went for my appointment yesterday at 2:20. The company I went with was Optical Express, and like I said, I hadn't done any research into anything because I'd never considered laser before. I'd never really been bothered about it, and went for my procedure yesterday at 2:20. So what happened was I went into like this room with this like nurse, and again she just retook all the measurements that the previous person had done like 3 weeks before to make sure everything was the same. I then went to see the consultant, like the actual surgeon that was going to do the surgery, and she just talked me through like the risks and the fact that you're going to get halos and glare and stuff afterwards, and the fact that you're going to be in quite a lot of discomfort, which I don't think she emphasised enough because it was fucking painful afterwards. I know I shouldn't exaggerate that, but like I said, I'm going to be totally honest. The actual procedure was absolutely fine. Like I was in no any like there was no pain or anything like that in the procedure. They were talking to me. It was like, you know, I was literally in the room for like 5 minutes. I wasn't in the room for any more than 5 minutes. So I spoke to the surgeon. She just told me like what to expect afterwards and blah blah blah. And then I went into the consultant room. She gave me this really attractive hairnet to like wear. So I put the hairnet on and then I lay down in this chair. I was looking at this like little light on the ceiling, and it was like a really big ball of fuzz because obviously it wasn't very clear. And then she explained what she was doing as she was doing it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we sat there lying in the chair and she was like, okay, now we're going to make the corneal flap. So she literally like goes, oh, you're just going to feel a bit of pressure around your eye. And she stuck like this little clamp thing in my eye, which like held it open. Obviously I couldn't really feel anything apart from the pressure around it. And I could feel a bit of pressure like on my actual eyeball, where obviously I don't know what was, something was pushing down on my eyeball. And then I could see something like just glazing over my eye like that, and it did that a couple of times and then stopped. And she's like, okay, now we've done like the flaps. And then she like moved my chair to like another place, and there was another machine, and that's when the laser came in. The laser procedure was actually really cool because it was like a funny little like ticking noise and like a little vibration, and then after 30 seconds it was done. And then she did the other eye. And then I noticed she moved me back across to the other chair where I was sitting, and then I noticed she literally put the flaps back on. Like I could see her physically like pulling something over my eye. So originally when the flaps were off, like everything was totally blurry, and I was like, oh my god, what's happened? And then as soon as the flaps went back on, I could suddenly see, and I was like, oh my god, this is so weird. Like I couldn't see that light bulb before like clearly, and now I could see it. Like I couldn't see it clearly because obviously everything had a bit of a haze around it. And when I literally, she was like, okay, you can get up now. And I was like, what? What do you mean I can get up now? Like, you've just like sliced open my eyes and done some stuff and put the flap back on. And she's like, yeah, we're all done now. Like, you can get up. And I was like, oh my god. And she's like, how does it feel? And I was like, I can't feel anything. It feels fine. And then she said everything will be really, really blurry for like the rest of the day. And actually I was like, it's not that blurry. Like I can see, like it's not perfect. It was much better than it was before, but I could see. I was a -6 prescription before, so I was pretty bad. And then she told me that the anaesthetic would wear off in like 20 minutes. So to go to Boots and get myself some painkillers from next door, because there was like a chemist next door. And by the time we left there, she got me to sign some forms and stuff beforehand, and she gave me some, actually let me show you what she gave me. So the rules were, when you leave the building, you're supposed to put some non-prescription sunglasses on. So I was walking around in the middle of November with these bad boys on, in the middle of like town centre, the car park, the drive home. And then we went into like I said, we went into Boots to get some of these like painkillers, and I could feel like it really starting to kick in. And I was like to my dad, I was getting really impatient with my dad. Like I shouldn't have like had a go at him, but I did, because he was sat there for like 10 minutes trying to choose what sandwich he wanted. And I was like, Dad, I'm seriously in pain. Like, can we just pay for these painkillers? Let me grab a bottle of water. And I was literally like, I'd taken like 2 painkillers with some water. And she didn't say it was going to be painful. She just said it was going to be a bit uncomfortable. Actually, she said very uncomfortable. And it felt like there was chili in my eye, and it was just burning, and my eyes were like streaming. And I was like, oh my god, like how much can I put up with this? So I decided I was going to get home and just like get into bed. So she gave me these goggles. I'm going to demonstrate everything because I think they're really cool. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I've already put a picture of these bad boys up because they're just so cool. So these I'm supposed to sleep in for a whole week, so I don't accidentally knock my eye and like scratch anything. So I wore these last night when I was sleeping, and if I've had any like random naps in the day, then I've worn them. What they told me was when I got home for the first 3 days not to watch TV, not to use the computer, and not to like read anything for too long. So I've been like completely bored out of my mind. I've been listening to the TV, listening to the radio, and lying with my eyes closed most of the time. So everything was like really hazy, and then I got home and I was like to my dad, look, I'm in so much pain, like I really just need to go to sleep. So I took some painkillers and I went to sleep. And when I got up when I got up after for 2 hours, I was like, oh my god, like I can see, this is really weird. It wasn't perfectly clear. I'm still saying it's not perfectly clear right now, but I can see like 10 times better than when I first like had my surgery done. So they gave me these 3 eye drops. These are just comfort drops, which I can use as much as I want. I haven't actually had to use them, but she was like, just use them anyway. And then I have these steroid eye drops to help with any inflammation, which I'm supposed to take 4 times a day for a whole week. And then I'm also supposed to take this antibiotic to stop any infection, again 4 times a day for a whole week. So I had my follow-up appointment this morning. So when I got up in the morning, I was like, okay, so I slept like with my little goggles on. I woke up this morning and I couldn't feel like any sensation. Like all the burning had gone, all the scratchiness had gone, everything was just totally normal. But my vision was just slightly blurry. Like I was like, I can see, I can read stuff, but everything has a little haze around the edge of it and it's not like perfectly clear, which it's still not. But I went for my appointment this morning and one of my eyes can see much better than the other one, but she was like, don't worry about that, it's not even been 24 hours yet since you had your surgery, this is really, really good. And then she had a look at the cornea and she said the flap's healed, there's no inflammation, everything's like in place normally. And I was like, shall I keep using these comfort drops if I don't need them? And she was like, just keep using them anyway. And I asked her about the sunglasses. She's like, wear the sunglasses when you're outside just to protect your eyes, but you don't need to wear them indoors. And like an idiot, all day yesterday I wore them inside the house because that's what I was told to do. So I'll show you like the aftermath, because there's like, and I don't want to freak anyone out, but there is like a little bit of redness like just under there, if you guys can see that. I must look like such a twat. Anyway, there's like redness just underneath where the clamp was holding my eye down. But apart from that, like everything's fine. It feels a little bit dry at the moment, but I think it's just because it's like so late in the day. I did notice when I looked outside the window, I could see like a big haze around all of the street lights, but they warned me about that. And they said that when you look at cars coming opposite you and stuff, I'm legally fine to drive, so she said I can drive literally from tomorrow if I want to. So I can tell my vision's fine, but I can also tell that this one can see much better than that one. But she said that by the time I go back in a week's time, I should have 20/20 vision in both eyes. So she didn't really seem that bothered that it wasn't the same vision. So it's basically crazy. Like, I don't know what possessed me to have something done to my eyes, because I never really thought I would. I think at one point I was like totally against it, but I was only totally against it because I was like, if I'm going to pay £5,000 to get laser surgery on my eyes, I'm still going to need glasses in like 15 years time. And there is no way I'm going to spend £5,000 on glasses and contact lenses in the next 15 years. So I couldn't justify paying that much money. But I was thinking, do you know what, if someone else is paying for me, then why would I stupidly say no? So yeah, I'm still going to need glasses in 15 years time, but that is 15 years, like that's like another half of my life. I must have so much other stuff to tell you, I just can't think of anything right now. So this is like my next day. So obviously in a week's time I'll do like another this is how it's going, but like I'm really happy. Like, it doesn't feel sore, it doesn't hurt, and it's literally just the next day and I'm like, oh my god, this is so impressive. Like I said, I'm going to be totally honest and say if someone else wasn't paying for this, there is no way I would have had it done, because I'm just not bothered enough. I will still wear my glasses at work as a fashion accessory, but it'll just be really nice for like holidays. Yeah, it'd just be really nice for holidays to be able to like swim and stuff without having any issues. But that to me is the only main advantage, because I was quite happy wearing my glasses before. But obviously I went to Optical Express to get my procedure done, but there are so many companies that do it. You've got like Optimax, Tigra, you've got Moorfields Hospital, you've got like so many places that do laser. I just think, don't go on what I'm telling you, because I didn't do my research at all. But please, like, don't just go there because I'm saying that I went there, because I really don't want to be held responsible for anything. I'm not telling anyone to get it done. I'm actually saying I wouldn't have got it done, but I did. And like I said, this eye is just quite blurry. Like, this one's just not that clear, but this one's quite clear. But again, I'm still getting like slight haziness with this one, but I'm thinking it's not even been 48 hours yet since I had it done, so I don't know why I'm getting stressed over it. But yeah, no, I'm generally really happy because, you know, I can get up and I can walk around my house without having to put glasses and lenses. But it's just a little bit annoying because it's not clear, and like I know before if I put my glasses on everything was just clear, and it's a bit annoying, but hopefully I'll be more positive about it. And I'm really tired as well. The rules are I cannot wash my face. That is just the most stupid thing to say. I cannot put water anywhere near my eyes for like a whole week, or did she say 2 weeks? She said a whole week. I can't get any water near my eyes. So what I'm doing to wash my face at the moment, I'm just wetting like a flannel and I'm just like getting the flannel and just like rubbing around my face. I did wash my hair today, and the funniest thing is trying to wash your hair without getting your face wet. Like, it's just ridiculous. So I washed my hair today, but I had a bath because it was just so much easier to like have a bath. And so also she said no exercising for 2 weeks, but that's fine because I'm a lazy cow and I don't exercise. No using a computer, which is really bad because I just spent like half an hour on my laptop, like, because I was really bored. I'm just thinking, what else can I do if I can't read, can't watch TV, and I can't use my laptop? Like, what am I supposed to do? So I've just been really bored today. Yeah, there's a little bit of redness, but realistically it doesn't look like I've had laser surgery done. It just looks like I look like a dog and I haven't got any makeup on. I think the next day that I'm actually going to wear any makeup is probably tomorrow, so like 48 hours, but I'm only going to put some like concealer under my eye, concealer like on my blemishes, and then maybe some blusher, but I'm on lip stuff. I'm not going to put anything around my eyes for like a whole week anyway. But yeah, like the first few hours after the anaesthetic wore off, like, I'm not going to lie, it was really uncomfortable. And like I said, it literally felt like someone had put chili powder in my eye. Like, that's how it felt. It was horrible and it was stinging, and like my eyes just kept streaming, and I was like, oh my god, is it meant to hurt this bad? And the fact that they told me to just take painkillers as and when I need them made me think, okay, well, they obviously know that it's painful. And then I kept my sunglasses on all the way home, because on the way home it was like horrible. Like, I couldn't even tell my dad where to go because I couldn't see. My eyes were just streaming. But like, don't let that put you off, because if I can get through it, like, people can get through these things. And now I'm just rambling and talking out of my arse, so I'm just going to stop now. And I will see you guys next video. If you have any questions, I'm not going to answer them in the comments because I don't understand this Google Plus shit, and I can't reply to anybody's comments because it's just a pile of crap. So I'm not going to answer any of your questions. I'm just going to do them in the next video when I do my next video. So I will do an upgrade after my week when I'm back to like wearing my makeup and stuff. Today is Wednesday and I'm back to work on Saturday, so I've got like 2 days off, another 2 days off anyway to recover. Even though I don't think I needed recovery time, like, I could have gone to work today. Like, I literally could have gone to work today. Like, I feel fine and my eyes don't feel sore. They feel a bit dry now, but that's just because I've been awake for so long. So I'm gonna go and I'll see you guys in the next video.